Hey super friends, my name is Neil and we are about to sit down and watch the first trailer for Warner Brothers and DC's Blue Beetle. This has literally just dropped online right now, so we're going to go through a first watch and see what this film has in store for us. It's coming to UK cinemas on August the 18th, 2023. It was directed by Angel Manuel Soto and written by Gareth Dana Alsosa. It stars Xolo Maridueña as Jaime Reyes, aka the Blue Beetle, and in a villainous role, which you will see in this trailer, we also have Susan Sarandon as Victoria Cord, who is a character that we are going to talk a lot about, probably, I think, once we have watched this. For now, I am about to hit play and see what Blue Beetle has in store. I'm very excited. Let's go.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes?
First look at Jaime.
Scraping the gum off that lounge or
Okay, so definitely very colourful. Some
what? You always let
comedy in there.
me, bro.
Cord.
Hang in there.
It's the family.
Jenny?
Guard the habits in your life, but do not open it. You went in to get a
Big
shot,
Belly Burger,
and all you
a
brought
good
back
staple
was
of the DC universe.
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't
It's
looked.
George Lopez as Uncle Ray.
The hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
First look at the Scarab.
He likes me.
Uncle Rudy getting quite involved in the comedy. It's very physical. Oh wow. Okay, that's cool. Great practical effects. And first full look at the suit. Is the suit UI?
Okay, it's gonna be okay.
The suit moves with his mouth as well, so that's interesting. It's going to get more movement in there than, like, for instance, an Iron Man mask.
What is going on?
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
Scene that we've seen a lot of set photography of as he's
Sometimes it doesn't.
shooting with the bus.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you,
Susan Sarandon.
but it belongs
There
to
she
me.
is.
The love you feel for your family makes you weak.
Wow. Ooh. Blue Beetle Mobile. Bugmobile, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you can imagine. I can
Giant
create.
sword. Giant sword.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
Any more? Ooh.
It's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
Well, there were lots of rumours that Batman was going to be in the trailer, so I guess that was as close as it gets. Okay, that was very, very cool. There is a lot to unpack in just that, 2.5 minutes of what we just saw. So the suit, let's start with the suit. We've seen some of it on set from set photos, so we knew that there was going to be a practical version as well as like a visual effects version of the suit. It looks very, very cool in what we've got here so far. The transformation scene when he first picks up the Scarab looks like a nice mix again of practical and visual effects. Certainly the way that it was taking over his body and covering over him looked very, very cool from what we could see there. Practically, there was a lot of detail in it as well. It looks very, very faithful to the comics, but has some great textures for the screen. It looks like it's going to work very well in practice. And certainly what you could see maybe slightly later in the trailer as he's fighting with the bus as it was breaking around him, that was a practical version, at least of the helmet, and there was some really cool details in there. So props to the costume designers for doing a really good job. I'm interested to see the movement in there. So as he went up into space, you could see that the mouthpiece was moving, the jawline of the suit, the blue outline was moving. So there's some movement in there, which is going to give it more presence on screen, I guess, than what we've seen from other suits like this, where it's very much kind of, you might see shots of the face of the actor inside. If you think kind of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, you very much see him inside and you see the mask outside. This looks like it's going to have a bit of movement from both. The kind of user interface, I guess, for want of a better phrase, looks interesting. We got a few glimpses of that as to what he's going to see when he's inside the suit. That looks suitably alien, which it should, given the history of the Scarab. So again, some really nice little production design going on there. Not very much in terms of story outside of the origin. So we didn't see much of Victoria Cord. She is a character who has been newly introduced to the comics recently in the Blue Beetle Graduation Day series, which is unrolling at the moment. I think it just dropped issue 5. I can't remember if it's 6 issues or 12. But it's been going for a few months now, and she's newly introduced in that series, so you can get a flavour for what her character is like if you go and give that a read. It's well worth it. It's a great series, and it's a nice little reintroduction to Jaime, who's been out of the comics for a little while, just in time for the film to be hitting cinemas. Very colourful. Love the production from that aspect. You can definitely feel, I guess, similarities to the first Shazam film in that idea of family and that idea of the comedy within the DC universe as well. This is definitely not an overly serious film. There is some I mean, right from the outset, as Jaime is standing there in that hotel, and then it's clear that he's actually working there. They're obviously playing this for laughs as well as for some superhero action. So I think it's going to be a good family summer crowd pleaser. I think we got glimpses of a lot of the family there. So you've got George Lopez as Uncle Rudy. You've got Elpidia Carrillo as Rocio Reyes. You've got Damien Alcazar as Alberto Reyes. Belisa Escobedo as Milagro Reyes. There's some good humour around the family there. Not just in the scene when he's clearly going to Cord as if he's looking for maybe a job. And they're all cheering behind him. You've got Adriana Barraza as well as Nana. But also that scene in the house when he opens the Big Belly Burger box and the scarabs there. There's some really, really great physical comedy in there with the whole of the family. So that's very, very exciting to see. I think it looks great so far. That's really exciting. It might only be 2.5 minutes. But we've seen a good slice of the action. It looks like the suit can do some great movement. It's hard to tell whether that was visual effects or, again, a mix of practical and visual. But certainly we saw some hand-to-hand combat. We saw some great weapons. We saw some flying, his wings. Can we talk about the Bugmobile for a second? Now, I would associate that more with the Ted Cord version of Blue Beetle than with the Jaime Reyes version. So let's take a guess that actually when the family gets into Cord at some point, they're going to steal some old Blue Beetle tech. It would make sense to me that if Ted has had the scarab and something has happened to Ted and it's now ended up in the hands of Jaime, that Victoria, so Susan Sarandon's character, is going to want it back. So perhaps there's going to be some espionage at Cord that will see them steal Ted's old Bugmobile. Be interesting to see if there's any flashbacks or anything like that could show us one of the previous Blue Beetles, or whether they're still going to be in there somewhere, somehow in the story. But I think a great first trailer. I got a sense of who Jaime is. I got a sense of his family dynamic. I got a sense of who the Blue Beetle is as a character and the kind of action and comedy that we're going to get from it. So I think that is going to be a really exciting film when it hits cinemas in August of this year. What did you think of this trailer? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, because we're releasing new video content as much as we can, and it would be great to interact with more of you. In the meantime, you can check out our podcast where I dive a little bit deeper into the history of Jaime at the same time as reacting to this trailer, and you can head over to our website for all of the latest news. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Bye! Thanks for watching, Super Friends. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button just down below and hit the bell so that you can get notified whenever we release brand new videos. In fact, there's 2 more waiting for you to watch right here below. So what are you waiting for? Why not click play?